highlighting that he thinks that Pac-Man actually gives Peach a pretty hard time,
Yep.
that Peach actually loses the Pac-Man, which, you know, people like to go crazy over tier lists, but his justification to it was actually very understanding. He thinks that it's just difficult for Peach to honestly just get in close and close in that gap that Pac-Man has. But here we go. We got Razo versus Shuton. I mean, speaking of Peach, here we go. And in this particular matchup too, I would just like to point out that Mute actually feels confident playing against Olimar.
Sure.
He feels like Peach doesn't really have too hard of a time to close in that gap. It could be maybe a Mute Ace thing that he just thinks in his opinion that the matchup's not very difficult. But here you go, Razo throwing in some pretty heavy hits already so early. Shuton though following up with an up air out of the up smash.
All right, here's a down tilt into the forward air. And Razo and Shuton have played a number of times during Shuton's soirees here in SoCal. The times that he's come, they've played at a lot of locals, even just this week. Very tight battles, and you can see Razo actually took the first stock here in this game. And continues with the momentum. I mean, 72%, this is already KO percentage. Goes for this down air, adding on even more percent.
Oh, good. It was for a little greedy side B right there, and unfortunately,
he can afford it.
I want to say, unfortunately, leads him to a very bad position. Shuton not going to be sleeping on that perfect opportunity right there to close out Razo's stock for being a little too greedy with that side B.
Yeah, absolutely free punish for Shuton there, Vicky. And he's taken 132% now, so it's not looking like that much better for him. Though if any player can bring it back, it is Shuton, even from a last stock scenario. Full stock advantage for Razo right here.
Razo goes for that double dash attack. Lingering back, uses his Nair to get these pesky Pikmin off of him. Goes for that turnip toss. I like how he's not trying to overextend at the same time. He knows what Shuton could do right here. Down tilt into jab. Great call out just in case Shuton wanted to punch with a grab right in front of him there. Yeah, he does have double purple, and you know, this is the difference between the Shuton and Dabuz playstyle that I really like to point out. Shuton being a lot more aggressive than the traditional Dabuz playstyle that we're so used to seeing. Dabuz, of course, not afraid to run away from you just to get that W.
Oh my god, Razo barely escaped by the grit of his teeth right there. Shuton had the roll read, the up smash didn't connect, however, he picks it up with the aerial off stage. Back down to our last stocks. 2 up smashes connecting into the up air.
Razo here with the lead. I like how he's holding shield right here by the ledge. Goes for that back air. Not going to do it, though. Shuton finds his way back into the stage. Gets grabbed, though, to just be sent right off stage again.
Okay, grabs him once more. Tosses him off stage. I like the way Razo's applying pressure right here. Yes. Backing it up into the corner, and the back air taking the KO. Razo with game number 1 on the board.
Yeah, I really like how he did falling back air, and then he did rising back air, just in case to call out that jump right there. Great awareness from Razo, but also amazing pressure by the ledge.
Yeah, absolutely. The positioning that Razo had there, I mean, he ran just about past the left platform, which just opens up so many opportunities for him to just react to whatever his opponent is, or just continue to pressure with those landing back airs, which have very little lag, and he can just continue to press back air.
Razo's one of those talents here that we know well in SoCal because he's an incredible Peach player. I think we're starting to see why he might want to start branching out and getting on some of the larger stages out here.
Oh,
It's getting
definitely.
the game too.
I believe he was ranked number 8 in SoCal. Very strong Peach out here. I mean, for a good reason. And you could totally see how comfortable he feels in this matchup as well. Being extremely aggressive, especially with these Nairs, just making sure these Pikmin aren't dealing a lot of damage. But as I say that, you know, Shuton not even taking a percent just yet, keeping Razo off of him and off stage all at the same time. Goes for that high recovery, but he doesn't want to get hit by another back air. Goes for the low recovery, finally getting back onto the ledge and dealing some damage.
Yeah, okay, Razo having his work cut out for him right here. This is what you typically see with Shuton. I mean, it's not strange for him to drop the first game. I've seen it happen. Usually game 2, he takes it in stride, and you can see this massive advantage that he has right now over Razo. Definitely collected enough data to get a feel for what Razo's options are.
Yeah, I mean, I also saw it right there. He actually went for the Whistle Super Armor to try to power through that back air, and it actually worked because he managed to not take any percent and get back into the stage. You know, sometimes when you have an option that helps you control neutral, you want to go for it, even if it's not to land a hit.
All right, Razo in control of the stage here. Goes deep for that edge guard, doesn't manage to secure it though.
Oh, gets double purple. White Pikmin dealing a good amount of damage. Razo gets it off of him immediately. Falls through with a fair. Oh my gosh, the double back air once again that we saw from that last game. not only taking care of the Pikmin, but also hitting Shuton away off stage.
All right, Razo holding down the center stage, really good job of getting a lot of mileage off the second stock. However, he's yet to find the KO. And if he doesn't do that without taking too much more damage, it's going to get really, really hard for him.
And I really like that option from Razo by the ledge right there, using the Toad counter as a method to not only get the Pikmin off, but also use it as a double-edged sword against Shuton by the ledge as just an active hitbox with the counter.
All right. That down air is going to connect to so much. Wow, dragging him down with the up air and got a down tilt for it.
Honestly, Razo could have gotten more percent off of it
Yeah.
if the Whistle Super Armor just didn't come through for Shuton. Great awareness on Shuton's part, actually, for avoiding that.
And it's hard to land that whistle armor, right? Because it's not even like the initial frames of it. You have to like start it anticipating the attack, and you get the in-between armor frames to protect yourself with it.
Exactly. We know what Peach is capable of doing, especially off of a down tilt, easily racking up to like 70%, and that's definitely not something he wants to be going for, especially when both these players had 2 stocks. Now Razo evening out this game as if he never lost the lead from that first stock.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone can do it, it's going to be Peach, one of the characters with the most damage output in the game, superior frame data throughout her moves, and a good projectile as well. Especially in the edge guarding phases, right? You can control like how your opponent wants to recover with the turnips.
Exactly. I mean, we saw him actually do that earlier. He threw up the turnip up just in case to try to cover a jump from Shuton, but Shuton still may not manage to make it back onto the ledge as Razo drifted back to maintain stage control. Does have to double purple Pikmin here. Does fall right over him with the fair. And that's also something else that Razo's been doing. His spacing on his fair has been doing a good job at just avoiding Pikmin, but also just kind of scooping above Shuton to land on him from above.
Okay, forward smash, actually shield coming up just in time. Ooh, I love the way he used the side B to actually contest that white Pikmin, being one of the weaker ones.
Ooh, does the neutral get up right into that forward smash. Goes for that another side B right there. And honestly, it's really interesting to see how Razo's been using side B in a way that I'm not really used to seeing. Catches the landing on that up smash, and Razo is up now.
Yeah, up 2-0. This is a best of 5, so we have at least one other game here. Shuton really, really has to dig deep to pull this win from under Razo. Razo, notably, not only have they played together, Shuton, Razo, he has experience in his own region, his own sub-region in SoCal, the Inland Empire. They have the best Olimar in SoCal, and one of the best Olimars in the world, I'm Hip. So a little bit inactive in the recent days, but he still stays in the sub-region. So.
Shuton definitely came online in game 2 and started to pick up the aggression, but Razo's ability to rally back from behind and maintain just steady performance comes through. Let's see if he can get the 3-0.
Yeah, he's going to need it. A reverse 3-0 is the only way he's going to win the set here. So it's really going to be tough for him, and all the counter picks are going to be on Razo if Shuton's even able to find a game.
And it's also just really impressive. We can't ignore the fact that Shuton is number 5 on the PGR.
Yep.
For Razo to really do this. I would still consider this an upset despite him just knowing this matchup,
Oh.
it seems, right here.
Yeah, absolutely an upset.
Huge upset. Gets that grab, throws Shuton off stage, tries to linger with that fair, thinking that Shuton was going to go for that low recovery by the ledge, but Shuton's not having it. Gets back safely instead. Ooh, the spot dodge into immediate down smash, though. Great awareness that he knew that Shuton wanted to go punish his side B right there.
And Razo getting a back throw, pulling a turnip. He's going to toss it down.
And I really like the fact that Shuton actually threw the Pikmin up in the direction of the turnip on purpose to avoid getting hit by that winky phase.
Yeah, he absolutely needed that. It's going to be rough because Olimar typically recovers from low angles, and that down throw turnip is going to force Olimar to recover high in a lot of situations. So Razo's going to capitalize on that, and he's already got the first stock online too.
Razo just dealing so much damage at this point right here. Keeping him by the stage here, goes for that down air, but the down air actually sending him right behind him. Who goes for another side B. Side B happy out here, but unfortunately going to get punished for it. That throw is definitely going to do it.
Shuton back into the game. 2 stocks apiece here. Z-drop turnip. And Razo is just doing such a good job of keeping Shuton at the ledge, reading every single one of his get-up options, pressuring him, conditioning him.
Ooh, I love the spacing that side B led into that fair, of course, bouncing right off of shields and also just opponents at the same time. Makes it pretty tricky to try to punish unless you shield it and you know exactly where Peach is going to be.
Okay, Shuton playing with some momentum here, right?
Oh! It lingered long enough to catch him. The down smash. Honestly, that was all thanks to the Pikmin, by the way.
Yeah, momentum obliterated.
The Pikmin honestly just kind of acted as a double-edged sword for Shuton right there, allowing the hitbox to stay as active as you saw.
Yeah, however, if he does have a purple Pikmin online, if he's able to get that back air, he can get the stock and keep this competitive. Razo going low.
Oh, the drift back. I like what Shuton's playing right here by the ledge. Unfortunately, he finally has to find something, and he does. Basically even game, as we've been seeing for the last 2 games at the same time. But here we go. Razo going for those Peach combos out of down tilt. We saw Shuton couldn't go for an opportunity to go for Whistle. Instead, you saw him just DI away, try to go for that ledge invincibility instead. That's such a big hitbox. Smash into up air right there.
Yeah, one of my favorite combos in the game, honestly. Up smash to up air, up smash to up smash. Love it. Last stock scenario right here. Shuton, again, down 2-0. So he needs this game to even just remain alive in the winner's bracket.
And I like how he's playing right now. You see, he's not trying to be overly aggressive at the same time. You see, he's trying to actually linger in the middle stage a lot more, keeping Razo off stage. Finds himself in the position where now he's by the ledge. He's doing a really good job at this Pikmin management.
Okay, Razo finds a down throw. Ooh! Forces up air dodge.
Yeah, you saw Razo really wanted him to jump too, and that's why you saw the immediate air dodge from Shuton, that near almost hitting.
Dude, Razo's playing like he has nothing to lose, and I mean, he really doesn't. Except that stock. Back air taking it, and Shuton finally putting one up on the board.
I'm really liking the adaptation we're seeing out of Shuton. The name of the game for games 1 and 2 definitely seemed to be aggression, but going into game number 3, I saw more cerebral approaches to neutral for him. I feel like in this matchup, theoretically, if he does stay more at mid-range, throwing Pikmin is a lot faster than pulling the turnip and then throwing it, so he can try to use some frame advantage instances to get some things happening, but he's got to be able to get back to the stage more reliably because Razo is all over him there.
Yeah, I believe turnip pool is actually slower now after they had actually patched Peach, which is a little unfortunate, but of course, it allows Shuton to take advantage of Razo not being able to pull out turnip as often if he's just fighting from a medium distance while throwing Pikmin at the same time. I feel like Razo's more so focused on getting the Pikmin off of him with Nair, or I really want to just point out his interesting use of side B in particular. We saw him use a side B on the white Pikmin, bounce back, and even contest Shuton with a fair right afterward. So I feel like that's something that we have to look out for because he's definitely onto something when it comes to this matchup, especially using that side B. And down smash by the ledge that lingered for so long thanks to the Pikmin.
Yeah, I would have to agree, Vicky. The side B coming out from Peach is going to be such a versatile tool for Razo. You've seen him actually go for edge guards. You see him apply shield pressure with it. You can bounce off a shield and retreat or even throw out another side B. Nonetheless, Shuton actually popping off on this game. Taking Razo's first stock, barely taking in a percentage of his own.
Yeah, I mean, but this is no surprise. We've been seeing Razo come back from worse, honestly.
Yeah.
He was doing a really good job within that game, too, where you saw he was down basically an entire stock and still managed to come back with the win. Goes for that dash attack to catch Shuton. Another side B here. You saw him try to get a little desperate by the blast zone. Goes for that down tilt into fair. Oh, here's the patience. Throws out that Nair into down tilt to catch Shuton and get the Pikmin off of him.
Yeah, he needed to because that white Pikmin is actually the most damaging Pikmin when it's latched on. Razo doing a really good job of getting rid of it immediately. Oh, you hate to see it.
That is so unfortunate. You saw him trying to go for the air dodge up to get back onto the ledge, too. Quite unfortunate SD from Razo, but, you know, as we said earlier, when the matches started, take those.
Man, and I know how good of a player Razo is, right? I mean, he was up 2-0 against one of the best players in the world, but this is not what I want to see. I don't want to see him, you know, get so close to finding the victory in game 3, and then it's looking like he's getting top playered, right?
It's more so like adaptation, honestly, from Shuton's part, and this is what really differentiates the professional level players amongst the high level players, I would say. It's just to be able to come back from even the worst disadvantage states and understanding what your opponent's doing so that way you can use it and reverse it on them. But either way, as you mentioned, you know, Razo coming so close, hopefully this doesn't affect his mentality. Holding down by the ledge to let that umbrella actually go over the ledge.
Yeah, I would say, you know, despite this 3-stock just now, that Razo is actually one of the characters in the scene with one of the strongest mentalities out there. I mean, he's a mentor to many just in SoCal, the SoCal unranked gang. and he's just a avid meditator and reader, so he's definitely works on his mindset constantly. And you can see it in his gameplay,
Yep.
because even in Game 3, where he was that close to winning, he did not let up on his aggression. He continued to play his game all the way through.
Yeah, the mental battle is honestly just half the battle on
Yeah.
its own, and a lot of players don't really realize that. Of course, once you SD or something like that, you can see a shift in the match. A majority of times where the person who SD kind of just gives it up at that point, but that wasn't the case right here for Razo. You saw Razo still going in, still trying to keep up his aggression. The very funny freeze frame, I would say, from the purple Pikmin, sniping Razo by the blast zone was quite unfortunate, but you know, it's still very doable here in this Game 5.
Game 5, man. I mean, this is honestly exactly what I wanted to say. I know I wanted to say, like, I don't want to see Razo get steamrolled like this, but I want to see a Game 5 between these two players because they deserve to have a Game 5 set.
That's what we're getting. Let's see who comes out on top in Game 5 between Shuton and Razo.
And here we go on PS2 once again. We got a dot eyes coming out from Razo. Only going to take care of the Pikmin, though. I like how Razo doesn't overextend right there, too. He just stays grounded to see where Shuton's going to go. Probably something he's going to use in reference next time he gets another down throw.
He's going to pull Pikmin here. Excuse me, a turnip.
Imagine if Peach could pull Pikmin. Cheating.
She could pull a sword back in Melee, so,
Oh my gosh.
you know.
Yeah, wow. Goes for the dash grab. Shuton avoiding that, though. So the down tilt into fair. Not going to try to catch a jump right there. Razo with a short up. It's a side B again, keeping Shuton off of him. He does manage to pull out 2 purple Pikmin, though.
Whoa.
And again, that up smash hitting the purple Pikmin and extending it to hit Shuton the moment he jumps right into Razo.
All right, Shuton's going to have nerves of steel here. He gets a parry into the forward smash punish.
Oh,
Wow.
no. He fast fell so fast after throwing out that fair. He fared right into the blast zone.
Yeah.
He was like, hold that stock real quick.
All right, well, we're going to give the stock for free to Shuton, and he's actually taking so much damage now. You can see Shuton trying to adapt a little bit more patient gameplay, fading back, using the side B Pikmin toss a little bit more.
Yeah, he almost went for that trumpet to back air, too. Scary situation, but Razo is still managing to get back. Does get hit by that up air through the stage, though, something you have to be careful if you're trying to edge guard Olimar.
Oh, pivot grab, and the up throw still not going to be enough to take the KO. He needed a little bit more percentage on himself, or maybe a little bit more rage.
I mean, he does have the blue Pikmin ready to use. You see him go for that grab. He's not going to do it yet. You see him throw out the purple Pikmin so that way he can hold on to the blue Pikmin right now.
Oh, no.
Oh, the Saturn!
Oh, dude, that was such a deadly situation for Razo. I mean, Shuton had 2 purple Pikmin, both very capable of KOing. The blue grab was online.
Mr. Saturn.
And then he took the Saturn away from him. Are you kidding me?
You could call this man a professional juggler, man.
We're going to see him juggle Razo a little bit more possibly here. On his last stock, he gets that up smash. And the forward air actually evening out the game now. It's down to the wire.
Now, this is the type of game that we like to see. I mean, I know you were talking about it. I mean, although that last game that we saw within that Game 4 wasn't so hot, it's seeming like the first 3 games that we saw here from Razo, bringing it very close versus Shuton. Here comes the percent. Shuton landing right behind Razo, though, getting back onto the stage safely. You're missing that up air right out of the up smash. Oh my gosh, another one. And look at that shield the size of the Skittle.
Yeah, really smart for Razo to just immediately recognize that situation and mash that grab button. Positions himself perfectly since that back air does cross up. Nice, got rid of the purple Pikmin. I like the recognition from Razo right here, recognizing that, you know, that's going to be a very potent tool for Shuton to get some KOs.
Yeah, especially between the last stock situation. Razo is taking in some percent from these Pikmin. He wanted to get rid of that purple Pikmin and forcing Shuton to also try to juggle his way to get the purple Pikmin back as well.
Razo looking like a shark at the water. He has him at the ledge.
Very
Dash
close.
attack.
Is exactly where Razo wants to keep Shuton right here. The turnip coming through, still managed to get back onto the ledge.
I'm actually scared for Shuton right now. Side Bs are coming out.
Oh, the spacing between the fair and the side B, adding in so much shield pressure on Shuton.
Yeah, that shield is looking like a Skittle, Vicky.
Yeah, we got some M&Ms on the side right here too. Goes for that dash, grab into back throw. Oh, he caught the turnip with the air
Is
dodge.
it too?
No, oh, and he couldn't tech that. The red splash coming through below the stage. Razo gets the upset versus Shuton.
Game 5, nonetheless. I mean, we're talking about mentality, whether or not Razo's mentality was going to be shaken up after being up 2-0. That was not the case, man. Even Game 5, he remains resilient and takes the victory.